welcome to the channel, Teresa Rene. Today is Wednesday. Is my lens clean? I hope it is. Today is Wednesday. Am I taking you too fast? I'm not trying to make you dizzy, but girl, you ever just, I be hyped sometimes, and sometimes it just come across in my videos. I hope my lens clean. Anyway, so look, whew, girl, I'm tired. Do you know, seem like my windows and mirrors get dirty the quickest. Look what I got new. I love this. It's really simple, but it goes with my space. If I show you my space, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, okay. Then I got a little package today. I never really like too much show luxury stuff. Something now that I want you to see, and I'm gonna sit you down because the girl, I lose Bluetooth the most. I just recently, have you seen the blue tape? I got some things I need for the painters to come back and get rid of. Like right there in the ceiling, they got to go back over some of that. I wasn't able to get rid of the popcorn ceiling. God knows I wish I could have, but have you said no? So I settled for a painting of the ceilings. But let me show you what I got new that I ordered and I was excited to get. So, you know, I'm redoing my house and everything. So they have table, what is it? Table books. What you call them? Tabletop book, whatever you call them, child. Anyway, I don't want to fill my table with a bunch of, I don't mind fashion, so Louis Vuitton, Chanel, stuff like that. I don't mind them. However, I wanted to bring some culture, I love arts. I love arts. So I wanted to bring in arts and culture and stuff like that in as well. Let me show you something else. I've always been a big reader. In the last couple years, I probably hadn't read as much as I normally do. Probably the last couple years. But I used to be a huge reader. And so sometimes I'm sitting around just, you know, really doing nothing, lounging. And I do pick up books and read them. So to my collection, because I do have a serious book collection, girl, serious, honey. But I wanted to add some things. So let me show you what I got yesterday when Brian and I went out. I picked up this. Woo! Girl, this book is massive. And it's Michael Jackson, all the songs, the story behind every track. I was just skimming through this book last night. Girl, I bought this book. I was in City Trends looking for costumes with my son, and I picked for his kids and stuff. So I picked up, this book was $10. And maybe I'll do like a little flip through with you and show it to you. If you are a Michael Jackson fan, you definitely need this book in your life. And I will do like, I'll probably do a separate video and do like some flip through and talk about this a little bit. But I was telling Chris, I was like, I remember being a young girl, and honey, Michael Jackson, not this Michael, but this Michael. Woo-hoo, he was my baby. Girl, let me tell you something. I love, they talk about every song, like who produced the song, his collaborations, every, girl. This team right here, I love this team. I hope y'all can see because I don't have no lights on here. I don't really want no lights on right now. This Michael Jackson and his brother and them here, this was all the crave. Do you hear me? If I remember when saying, you know, like them about to be on Soul Train. Girl, I would get in position, honey, and be ready for Michael Jackson, let me tell you. And so I told my husband, I told Chris, I said, yo, Michael Jackson for me was, I loved Michael Jackson. And if, let's say we were out somewhere and I knew that Michael Jackson was coming on, I couldn't make it back, girl, I would cry. I would be in tears, child, because I miss Michael Jackson on Soul Train. But yeah, I wanted this book. I got this book. Another book that I saw when I was looking, because like I said, I had gotten a book last year from a thrift store. And there was so much Black history in that book. I cut up some of it for my junk journaling. However, I felt so bad cutting up that book because it was, and I'm going to go and order another one to just have, because it was so much history in those books. And sometimes I like to just sit down like a day like today when, you know, it's quiet. It's always quiet around here, child, because it's just me most of the time. I ain't gonna say it's always quiet. Most of the time it's quiet because it's just me. But I will get on a chair somewhere and girl get lost in the book. So I wanted this book here. This is Unseen, Unpublished Black History from the New York Times Photo Archives. This is what it looks like on the front. I just decided to jump out and get this book because, I mean, really, I read, you know, what it said, and a lot of people really had a lot of good things to say about this book. Of course, it's got stuff about Martin Luther King, Muhammad Ali, Claude Sitton, reporter and photographer. It just talks about different people and their contributions that they've made. And Larry Holmes, like, it talks about opening of a Muslim school in Moscow. So check that out. And honestly, I was just like, yo, I need that book. And oftentimes we don't know our history. Like, we don't, as Black people, we don't really know our history. All we hear and see about, honestly, is what come on TV, what they want us to see, roots and stuff like that. It go way deeper than that. You know, we have history. We've done some wonderful things. We have some wonderful people in our history. And honestly, it's not just Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, you know, people like that. So I love books also that take me back. So I picked up this book, and the pictures alone is just like, okay, I'm gonna turn the camera around and just show y'all some of these pictures. Okay, so let's just go through a few of these pictures. And it says, Dizzy does a turn for another jazz, was it luminary, how do you see it, child? It talks about Janet Collins blazes a trail at a meat opera, and shows some pictures of her. Malcolm X Close Call in Queens. But look at the pictures. Like, I hope you can see that good. Maybe I should have gotten the blue notes before the curtain went up. So whoever the blue notes are, I don't know who they are, but I'm interested to actually read. Look at the little girls as what you call it, hip scop, jump rope, girl. You know what I'm trying to say? I can't say it. Hip scop. Is it hip? Girl, you know what I mean. Hip, is it hip? Girl, I know what I'm trying to say. I just can't say it. I can't get it together. Behind the scene of a Harlem legend. Wow. Skip rope, whatever you call it, child. Thomas Johnson in Vietnam. So you're learning about different African Americans, and not just the African Americans we know about all the time. And this book was supposed to be brand new, but I see some wrinkles and stuff, but it's okay. It's all good. A mob boss, gunshots, and violence, and racial violence. And just to think, this was back in, what was it, 1971. June 28th, the day before my birthday, 1971. I tell my kids and my grandkids all the time, we're not that far from slavery and stuff. We don't need to kid ourselves. We're not. This is 1971. See what's going on right here? That's still what's going on today. And we're just not that far from it. And a lot of times, you know, a young Jesse Lee Jackson rallies for jobs. I mean, it's just a lot to know about. And I really wanted this. And this is about Aretha Franklin, girl. Check that out. I am so getting into, not to say I wasn't into it before, but I'm a little bit more interested. Maybe it's got something to do with my age, with you know, just the history and stuff of Black America. Because honestly, we're more than just what they show us. This is talking about a sit-in here on this page, and just different stuff. Like, I can't even go through the whole. Look at this. It's talking about an Episcopal bishop, Harlan, who is this? Harold Lewis, right? But I mean, it's just a lot. Battling poverty in Resurrection City, at Resurrection City. And the pictures just like, are just, oh, they're amazing. Look at that one. Oh, I love that. Yo, we are so resilient as a people. Like, where we come from, they talk about Arthur Mitchell, dancing through barriers. It's people that it's some people that we know, but some people we may not know either. But when I look at some photos and stuff and just go back in these books, I got another book coming that, oh my goodness. This one talks about Rosa Parks. But when I go back, when I sit and think and go back through books and, you know, information and stuff, we are so resilient. On the day Megan Evers was killed, we are so resilient because we as the people have been through so much that it's just amazing that we can still stand in it. It almost brings tears to your eyes because, girl, they even got Run DMC in here. Because as the people, we go through so much. And it's like sometimes it feels like nobody's hearing our cry. And just, you know, but we managed to just somehow take a licking and keep on ticking as the people. And that's just, you know, like, oh my goodness. The pilgrimage for equal rights. I promise y'all I can read, but I be torn between reading through the camera lens and then trying to read through the books. And this was in 1957. 1957. So for as far as we like to think we've come, we have not come. You know, and Donald Trump has honestly reminded us of how far we have not come. You know, as a nation. But anyway, girl, I just, oh, look at that. Ah, I love it. Chester Higgins Jr. in 1977. As the people, do you ever think about the style and the flair and the fashion that we had? Girl, I really wish, honestly, that we could so get back to the acceptable, and I won't say acceptable, because I guess the way that they express themselves today, but, you know, just more presentable, more, you know what I'm trying to say, where we really just, we valued our Sidney Poitier. When we valued ourselves as the people, we had pride in how we dress, how we talk, how we walk, how we act. And, you know, look at Louis Gossett Jr. I love him. He's a great actor. Anyway, girl, I needed this book. So much history in this one book that I just was like, I gotta have it. I have to have it. I really, girl, look at Dionne Warwick. Isn't it amazing though how we, shall we age? We go through things. But anyway, so these are the kind of books that I am beginning to collect somewhat. I'm not going to go and get hundreds of them or nothing like that. But as I see, you know, different little books that, let me show you some of these real quick, girl, while we're here. Just a flip through. I was in love from the start. Now, on this side over here, it talks about the song, and as you can see from the album, released by Epic Records, who was released by the musicians, talks about the technical team. This book right here, and for this was the Michael Jackson I was in love with, girl. Oh, yes. Yeah, it's sad. This Michael. And you know what? It's so sad because when we looked at the end result of the Michael Jackson, it breaks your heart. You know what I'm saying? It really does, because, oh, this was the that was the Michael Jackson, honey. Yes. Girl, got to be there. You remember that song? Be there in the morning. Girl, I know that's a bad interpretation, but anyway. You know, like, this was the Michael, girl, that you just, You just loved. Oh my goodness. Let me show you. Now this is when it all started going. Because me and Chris last night, we were sitting here laughing. We were talking about it. And he was like, man, when did it start to go downhill? And it's crazy because I went in this book and I was like, boom, this is when it started to go down here. Really at the Thriller. You know when he got burnt? Or what? But he was beginning to change a little bit anyway, right? And this Michael Jackson, he was gone by this point. Because he was gearing up to go in another direction. Ah! But girl, this book is just fabulous. Oh my goodness, I love. Look there. You know who was hurt? Jermaine Jackson was a hurt brother. He began to look all right later in life, but he was toe up. I hate to say that, but he was. I'm bad. So look, they got the album. The songs that were on the album, girl, I'm telling you, like, released by, chart position, what's that, RIAA, whatever. You remember this? Oh my goodness. A Trip Down Memory Lane. You remember this? I remember that. I was getting jealous with old Michael Jackson, honey. I ain't want nobody on Michael Jackson kissing him, nothing. I was jealous. Oh, look at Michael Jackson, Stevie Wonder. But yeah, they talk about his collaborations in the book, and see, collaborations. They talk about different people he collaborated with, and just different stuff. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this, girl. Just a trip down memory lane. And if you're a Michael Jackson fan, girl, you need this book. Even if I just feel like this book, for me, when I saw it, I was like, oh, I'm not leaving this on the shelf, honey. Ain't no way. This book is really every bit worth. If it's $60, however much, it's definitely worth it, because everything behind the scenes of every track, the story behind every track, all the songs, if you're a Michael Jackson fan, you definitely, yeah. That was a good book. Girl, I didn't mean to try to give you no history lesson or nothing like that, child, but I got caught up for a moment. But anyway, it's been a good day. I'm so excited. Everything is so nice and clean, girl. Finally, everything is in order for me to tear up. Let me sit down because I'm tired. Oh, my sinuses is acting up so bad. Oh my goodness. I guess it's fall allergies because I've been waking up with like really bad headaches and stuff, and all this now is just tripping. I need to wash my hair, girl, but I don't know if I'm gonna make it today. Anyway, everything is so nice and clean. That's been my problem this year. It's clean. I have to tear it up to renovate, decorate something. Get back clean, organized. I have to tear it back up. And that's just been the story of my life. And really, I have been really annoyed. But I think I'm just going to keep on going into, next week, I said I'm going to start decorating. So there you have it. Anywho, I just want to come on and chat with you a moment today. It's been great. I hope your day has been fabulous. I hope that, life is good for you. I'm about to get off of here, figure out what I'm going to eat for dinner, and I will holler back at you just in time. My phone ringing in the next video. Bye, girl.